Hello everyone, and welcome to the February 2025 Energetic Insights. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Deepika Mystery, and I'm an intuitive guide, energy healer, coach, and a consultant. And for over 5 years now, I've been sharing these insights on a month-by-month basis, and it's really geared up for those of you that are becoming more and more consciously aware of your intuitive and energetic abilities and are looking for some practical guidance to help you to navigate your way through. So if that sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we are already in February. How fast is everything going? And I don't know about you, but I feel like I've experienced a year's worth of growth in the space of a month. So it is getting fast, and it is fast and it is getting faster. Before I dive into the energies for this month, I've got a couple of quick announcements. First is thank you for all of you that have been patiently waiting for these insights. I know I'm a little bit late in getting them out to you. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I'm currently undergoing some home renovations. So it has been a little bit chaotic to get these insights out and done and out to you guys. So thank you so much for patiently waiting. Secondly, I want to say a big warm welcome to the handful of new subscribers that's joined in the last month. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for watching. And again, thanks for all of you that continue to watch these insights on a month-by-month basis, and also for hitting the thumbs up and commenting and subscribing and sharing these insights with your loved ones. I really appreciate it. All of this helps me to grow this channel and also to help reach those that actually really need to hear these messages and need these messages at this time. So thank you so much. And then if you are looking for some additional support this month, I've got the group healing journeys. That's our energetic alignment sessions, and that's taking place on Sunday the 23rd of February at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific. I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. European time. And the theme this month is called The Balance, Feminine and Masculine. And I cannot wait to share more about that theme with you. And then finally, if you are looking to do some one-to-one work with me, I still got some spaces on my 3-month and 12-month program, and also the intuitive readings. And I am going to be phasing those readings out probably towards the end of March. So if you're not sure about working with me on a one-to-one basis for the 3-month or the 12-month, it's worth just kind of getting a reading to get a feel for what that feels like for you. And I'm also undergoing some updates on the website, so feel free just to kind of reach out through me through the contact section, because you won't be able to book any of this online at the moment as I go through the updates. All right, enough of the announcements. Let's dive into the energies this month. And I feel I've tried to record this several times, and I have a sense that I think the most important thing about this month's insight is connecting with the direct messages that are coming through from the guides. Every time I've tried to record this and I start talking, it kind of goes off piece. So, and as I took a break, the guides are like, just focus on the direct messages that we're giving and just talk a little bit around it, and that's it. So it might be a shorter insights this month, considering last month was a really long one. Anyway, this month, the overall energy this month feels incredibly powerful. And there is an intensity to it, and it's like we can feel that intensity increasing. So the guides are reminding us of what they mentioned in they mentioned in the January insights, which is around January and March being 3 months, which is around preparation. So on the practical level, what do you need to get organized? Where in your life do you need to get organized? Where do you need to get the ducks in a row? And just so take a moment and a step back to just like, okay, just sit with that on a practical level. What do I need to prepare? And you don't need to know what you need to prepare for, just what do I need to have in order? And on an energetic level is take time to rest, slow down, so that you have space and time to recalibrate and integrate all these new energies that are moving through us. And what the guides are saying, that this is so important because it's going to help us to become more stronger and resilient as these energies continue to intensify. Also this month, there is this sense that we're birthing something new. And with every new thing that we birth, something old must die. And the guys were saying there's a lot of resistance at the moment from just holding on to things that are dying and not letting that go, and yet getting frustrated that something new is not being born. And they're just saying, let go of what needs to die, let it die. And when that dies, the space that has been created so the new can birth through. And what they're saying with the birthing thing with the new, like some people are also getting frustrated, well, why is this not happening? Why is this not happening? Because there's an aspect of you that's trying to control how it happens, when it happens. And the guides are saying, let go, relax, open yourself up and surrender to the process. Because this, again, this is training you, training this muscle that we've never really used around relaxing, surrendering, letting go, opening up. All of these things have never really felt safe for us, but this is where we're heading, and this is like a practice run of more of this is going to come as the energies intensify. Again, this is linked to the overall theme for this year, which is completions, new beginning, and transformational change. And with change, as much as many of us wants it and needs it and craves it, we also resist it, because it means that we need to let go of something that we're not quite ready to let go of, and also to let go of something before knowing what we're going to receive. And so it's about holding that empty space. And that's the biggest gift that you can give to yourself, is to hold that empty space. Just hold it. You don't need to know what's coming in. You just need to learn how to hold it. And the better you get at it, the easier it will be for you to navigate these energies this year. Also, another big theme that is playing out this month, but I also get the sense that it's another, for the next 6 weeks, this is going to be quite big. It's both internal and external, and it's massive changes in relational dynamics. And what I mean by this is how we relate to the various different parts within ourselves. So you may have aspect A and aspect B. How are those two aspects communicating with each other? You'll start to notice a change, or you'll start to notice tension coming up that is revealing something to you. So it's going to be a very revealing times around how you relate, and also how you relate to other people and how you relate to situations around you. And what it's going to reveal is, where are you relating from? Are you relating from a place of separation or integration? From a place of wounding or healing? And all of this, it's almost that it's getting you to raise your level of awareness and expand and hold space and observe the way in which you relate. This all needs to change at the moment so that you can expand and you can integrate and you can come into a place of healing, because it's very, very, very much needed at the moment. All right, I'm going to dive into the first overall message that I got from the guides, and just take a moment to take a deep breath in, ground, and open up your heart and allow yourself to receive the message, because it is encoded with various different light frequencies and energies, and you'll receive what you need to receive. And some of you might actually feel the messages moving through your body. So the first overall message for this month is this: endless streams of light showers upon you, like billions of shooting stars in the night skies. What shall you do? That is your choice to make. Will you hide and cower to your darkness, a place of known safety and familiarity? Will you open and embrace your light, bearing witness to your darkness and love it anyway, courageously? Taking that first uncomfortable step into a space that's unfamiliar, raw, and without bounds. No right, no wrong, no faking, no making. Raw, messy, and self-honesty will be the key to your unlocking. So it's a very powerful message. I think there are many different layers to this. Again, it's so important just to sit with this. I will post this on Instagram, and I will also post this, I think it's in the community sections on YouTube as well. So you've got a copy of that in written form so that you can just sit with it. And there's layers to it. And I think for me to unpack it, it's a lot. So just allow yourself to receive this. What this one in particular is talking about is all this new light that is bombarding us at the moment, and it's going to intensify and it's going to increase. And for many of us, we will start to feel the sense of overwhelm, ungroundedness, confusion, discomfort will start to come up, and it's going to be very, very raw for some of us. This is why our inner work is crucial. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your journey, don't stop doing the inner work. Keep going in. The deeper in you go, right, the more resilient you'll be. The better you know yourself, the more you'll be able to use your own discernment, and it will be your anchor and stabilizer as things intensify this year. So I think that's a key message. And also what this message is also talking about is, you know, and I specifically like this, will you hide and cower to your darkness? Just that one sentence, it has so many different meanings to it, right? What is going to, and then, you know, bearing witness, or will you open and embrace your light, bearing witness to your darkness and love it anyway? So many of us, I think what that's talking about is that it's going to be natural to feel that things are getting darker, because the more light there is, the more you'll be able to see the shadows. And this is where you might find yourself fighting yourself or attacking other people that have a different view of yours, or finding the fight in the world getting bigger and stronger. But that is because there's more light on the planet as well. So that's a key thing to kind of remember. And the key thing that you can do is to resolve the conflicts and the fights that you have within yourself, and love all aspects of yourself. And as you do that, you'll start to emanate more love out into the world. And I think that's why this theme around relational dynamics changing, and what this message to be, the guides are kind of saying, is so important this month. All right, before I dive into the themes for this month, let's do a quick recap on the themes from last month. So you've got the 20-minute theme, which is the energies of 2025. I will cut that out so you're able to watch that in like a 20-minute segment. The other themes were awaken, awakenings, soul alignment and expansion, ground, ground, ground. And I think never stop grounding. Keep tuning in, keep updating your grounding practice. You may need different things at different times during the day, and also as you go through each and every day and each and every month, it will change. So just pay attention to that. That will also kind of strengthen your ability to tune into yourself and know what it is that you need in each and every moment, which is going to be key. All right, let's dive into the first theme this month. And this first theme is called the safety prison, breaking free. And once again, just take a deep breath, open your heart, ground, and allow yourself to receive this message. Let the guides go. Fighting the old will not set you free. It's crumbling and tumbling, let it be. Else you might find yourself beneath its rubble, drowning in man-made fear that was never yours to bear. You see, you are on the precipice of breaking free. Free from the prison of your own mind, lack and limitation. Let your heart, your light be your guiding force. Let the known familiar safety be off the past, as it has no place where you are going. Knowing that as you step into your own light, forging paths anew, your own power of your own knowing sets you free as you open your wings and fly. Wow. I just think this is such a beautiful message. They're all really powerful this month, and I think you get the gist of it. And I think what it is referring to, so many of us at the moment are fighting to hold on to what is naturally crumbling and tumbling. And so if you think about that, the more energy we put into that, and we're trying to hold on to something that is just crumbling, a lot of our energy goes into that. So we're also trying to birth something new, and we're unable to birth the new because our energy is going on to holding on to something that's crumbling and tumbling. So let it go. And I love this phrase. I love all of it, to be honest. And I love this phrase the most, your own power of your own knowing. And I'm just like, there's so many different levels to that in itself. So again, sit with this message and see what you receive from it. Also, what this talks about is we naturally, as humans, when we can't deal with something, it's so natural to project it. So what's happening with all of this new light that's coming in, there's greater fight that we are having within ourselves. So other aspects of ourselves, we may be projecting that fight to situations and people outside of ourselves, and also to the world around us. And one of the intricacies of this as well is that we could also be projecting one aspect, projecting its discomfort to another aspect. So then we're in conflict within ourselves as well. So just become aware of that and be mindful of that, because we're really right on the edge of breaking free. And as much as we want to break free, it is also very, very, very scary. And it's okay to acknowledge that, because we're moving into something that is unknown and it's new. As much as we want that, it's like our nervous system is not trained for that. That's not how we have been trained in safety. So we are in the process of redefining what safety means to us and what it feels like for us. So there's a massive, massive opportunity this month to let go and free yourselves from the cycles. I have some questions here which you can just sit with and feel into and see what kind of responses come out for you. And the questions are: do you have the courage? Will you allow yourself to surrender? Can you trust what you cannot perceive? What will you lose in the process? And I think that last question is probably the key. I think many of us, as much as we know we're stuck in the prison and we're fed up of it and we're done with the cyclical process of it, we don't allow ourselves to break free, because subconsciously there's something that we know that we will lose. And for some of us, you know what it is, we have created all these safety mechanisms, and we've had to, because of our conditionings and the way that we had to grow up. Maybe it was something that was passed down to us from our ancestors, or it's just what we know what safety is, and that is being redefined at the moment. And for some of us, what has been our safety mechanism has been something that has made us very, very successful. And the image that I'm getting right now and the information is like, imagine that, and I think this is linked to the patriarchal system, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but imagine what society deems successful, what it means to be a man or a woman in society and to be successful. And maybe you had to compartmentalize the real you and chuck that to the side so that you can be successful in this world. And I think many people right now who are right at the top, or maybe become really, really successful, and in society they've got status, they've got the material wealth, oftentimes they're the people that are the most trapped, and they want to be free. And it's understandable, because there's this fear of losing everything that they have built. And there's something here, and I just want to go back really quickly, something that came through, and it's linked to my renovations. And what happened on the first day of renovations is that the floor caved in, and it was all rotten. And it's lucky that I was doing the renovation, because you know, it would have been a disaster if it did happen, if they weren't doing the work. But what that kind of, the insight that I got from that, and the guides were saying, is that oftentimes it's normal for humans to build upon what already has been built. It's flashy, it's fun, it's quick, it's easy, and there's instant gratification from it. But oftentimes it ends up crumbling and falling, or it ends up becoming our own prison. And what it is that what they're saying is that it's actually the foundations that it's been built on is faulty. So here's an opportunity to kind of strip everything away, get to the core of it, and rebuild from the foundations up, right? So take what you need from that. I think there's so many different elements to this. And if you're someone that's like, well, you know, I don't know how else to feel safe, there's so many different tools and techniques that are out there that will help you to redefine safety for you. So somatic work, somatic practices is really great. You know, so many of us have got dysregulated nervous systems because of the trauma, the conditionings, the stuff that's been passed down from the ancestors. So there is a lot of work out there that you can tap into and use and connect with. Also connecting with nature. Breath work is really very, very underestimated, but it's incredibly powerful. Energy work, and sometimes simply it's just about slowing down, resting more, writing whatever you're feeling and you're thinking, and allowing yourself to reconnect your body with your mind and your emotions. And so basically what the guides are saying is that we've got this opportunity this month to have a blank canvas and leave the old behind. All right, let's move on to the second theme for this month. And this theme is called the human. Own it and be it. And the guides go, forget not your human. It is a powerful vessel, potential unexplored. It has an intelligence beyond the mind can comprehend. Commit to your human. Commit to the healing your wounds. Commit to surrendering your ego. As you commit, the encoded light shall flow, activating dormant treasures that lies within you. Escaping your human creates separation, preventing your evolution at this time. Integrating into union is key to your multidimensionality. There is no fight, there is no story. There is peace, there is love, there is flow. Again, another powerful message this month, again with so many different layers. And I feel that what this is about is that it's kind of pointing to, with all of this new light that's coming out, many of us that are spiritual are kind of, how do I put this? are kind of forgetting the human parts of ourselves and focusing on the spiritual. It's like, oh my goodness, I've shifted timelines, I've done this, da 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 da. And it's like, but what about the human aspect of yourself? And we cannot do any of this work without the human part. And part of all this, these new lights and these new energies coming, we need to bring that into our human aspects. And sometimes we can get very distracted with the upgrades and expansion and the awareness, because yes, our psychic senses are expanding, our energetic abilities are expanding, but you need to bring that in into your human form and not forget about your human. And I think this is what this message is about, because it's also, there's dormant parts of us within our human body that these energies that are coming in need to activate that. So we have to be centered in our human body. And also, if you are not grounded, this is going to be very, very difficult to do. If you're someone that hasn't really dealt with your trauma or wounding, or kind of ignoring it and just focusing on all the energetic side of things, then you're going to find yourself dissociating and very, very ungrounded and overwhelmed. So initially it may feel really liberating and exciting, and then more light energy hits us and it's going to knock you over. And that will be a lot tougher if you were to right now take the time and take the energy to focus on the human aspects of yourself, the deeper wounding, the trauma, and resolving that on a human level. And what I have seen and what comes up a lot, and something that I saw in I think it was the end of, it was in January, I had a week of clients, and the common theme that came up in pretty much all the sessions, except one or two of them, was that, well, I've already done this work. I've already done this. Why are we going back here again? I've already done the therapy on this one. So if you're finding yourself saying that, then there's an element and an energy of victim consciousness behind that. There are many levels and many layers to this. If it's coming up again, there's a little aspect or a little dot that needs to be cleared, needs to be resolved. Again, everything is in layers. So the more that you can be kinder to yourself and compassionate that it has come up, because what it is generally there's an ego aspect of yourself that has attached, oh, I've done this work, therefore I'm amazing. And it's not to say that you're not amazing, you're still amazing if you have done the work or you haven't done the work, but there's an ego aspect that I've done, you're amazing. And so if that same wounding kind of comes up and it shows up, it's going to fight it, because it's going against the ego's narrative and story. So this is about going beyond the story. So this is why it says there is no fight, there is no story, there is peace, there is love, there is flow. So you're just allowing yourself to kind of, okay, this has come up, that's okay, let's explore it, let's be curious about it, let's bring in more love to it. And the reason why we create a lot of these stories, you know, so many of us will create stories of like, oh, I was so-and-so in a past life, oh, I've got access to this so-and-so in this multidimensionality, and all of this, if you're not grounded and you're not doing the human work, it will lead to dissociation and it will unbalance you. So this is just something to say, don't forget your human aspects, own it and be it. And oftentimes we end up creating stories because of the sense of unworthiness and the sense of that, you know, I don't matter, I'm not special, I'm not enough, I'm not lovable. So it really comes from there. Therefore, we create all these stories about, oh, this is who I used to be in a past life, or this is the connection I have in this multidimensionality, blah, 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 blah. Let it go. And I'm going to leave you with this direct message that's come from the guides. And I think this is so key. If you forget everything in this insight, remember this. They said this: being human in all its form is the most spiritual journey any spiritual being can take. It's messy, it's raw, it's loud, it's crazy. Own it and be it all. Allowing the integration of it all take place in its own time and pace. So I'm just going to leave you with that. I think you can understand the meaning of it. There are, again, many different layers to this all. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Let's move on to the third theme for this month. And this theme is called the balance, feminine and masculine. And gosh, this is such another powerful message, but so beautiful. And as you listen to it, allow yourself to receive the various different layers to this, because it's not just talking on a human level, not just talking on a spiritual level, it's not just talking on a soul level, it's not just talking on a galactic level, it's all of them intertwined, and it's absolutely beautiful. All right, so the guides go. We are moving through a potent sector of time and space that ignites the rekindling of the feminine and the masculine, reharmonizing their frequencies and balancing the harmonies as the melodies of their hearts play and dances once again in union, singing the songs of their soul. The remembering begins. She empties all that she is not, embodying all that she is, as she finds herself in his grounded presence, softening, opening, and expanding. She relaxes into her knowing, speaking the wisdom of the stars as she trusts. He leads and surrenders, heeding the call to stand strong and tall. Love flows unconditionally. In balance, the stars can now be born. Again, I don't know what to say, but boy oh boy, sit with that message, see what you get. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments. But I think overall, this is really talking about there's a rebalancing that's going on. So I think it's very much linked to the overall theme that I mentioned in January's insight, which is rise and fall. I think it's rise and fall. Let me check. Yeah, rise and fall, which is linked to restoring balance. And there is a sense this month that the feminine energy is rising and expanding, and we all have both elements, the feminine energy and the masculine energy within us. So, you know, I think it also talks about I just lost a thought there, but anyway, I'm gonna just kind of move on here. We are going to be experiencing new levels of awareness on both the masculine and feminine energy. So what does that look like for within ourselves? It will be both flow and action, surrendering and leading, creativity, groundedness or structure. And the key thing here is to remember it's both and, not one or the other. So what the guides are saying here is to open, expand and trust. And through this, many of us will start to enhance access to our multidimensionality. And we do this through balance. So that's why the other themes have been so important about the human owning and human aspects. If that is out of balance, so we're too much in the energetics and not enough in the human, or too much in the spiritual, and that's really it being in your head versus in your body, you're not going to be able to kind of access these multi-dimensional aspects of yourself. So you've got to be in balance. So being in balance with both your masculine and feminine energy. So what this will kind of highlight is where you are out of balance, or you're more in your, say, toxic masculine or your toxic feminine. So this is about taking this opportunity to allow yourself to rebalance your feminine and masculine energy. And also this feels like, and I love the last bit of this, it's almost like when you are in balance, or when we are in balance, new stars are born. So I just feel that there's something as we come into alignment and into balance of our masculine feminine energies, it allows something new to be birthed. And so I love this last phase, this bit here, which is love flows unconditionally in balance. The stars can now be born. I mean, I love all of it. I mean, it's so relevant on so many different levels and layers. So I hope you received that well. So let's move on to the fourth and final theme for this month. And wow, this one is a carry-on. I've actually forgotten what I have named this theme. Yep, it's totally gone. I have part of it written down and I will put the rest of it here. But in summary, it's called The Dreamers. And I think it's creativity and something else. I will write it. I totally forgot to write it on here. Apologies. Right, let's start off with the message from the guides. And the guides go, the veils are thinner than thin and thinning. Soon they will cease to exist. As your worlds are converging, time is often of the essence. And yes, there is an urgency. Can you feel it? What is real? What is not? The confusion is real. As your worlds are colliding with unstoppable momentum, it is time to dream your dreams into creation. As they speak the desires of your heart and soul, they show you what is to come and the actions you now must take. Give grace and space. Your dreams are a safe space for your unfolding, your purging and releasing all that you are not. Activating the divine spark that is you. So, yes, this is a carry-on. I think it was Awakenings from last month, where they also talked about how vivid and active our dreams are. And there are so many different things, I think, because everything is moving so fast and we're unable to process everything in our waking state. It's going into our dream state, so we have a chance to process what we haven't been able to process on a waking state. So what I have got here is the different types of experiences we may be having our dreams. I think the key thing is, if there's a human element to this, like if there is a desire in your heart, if there's a dream that you're yet to create, now is the time to start creating that. You don't need to know how, it's set the intentions, and you have this dream and say, I have this dream and I really want to create it and I don't know how, help me, guide the way. And you can set that intention in your dreams and ask your dreams to show you what the next right step is there to make. So I think many of us, and so many of that you've spoken to, we're having really wild, trippy and vivid dreams at the moment. And sometimes it is like we are jumping various different timelines. So therefore it can feel really ungrounded, or we wake up thinking, oh my God, where am I? Was that real or was that a dream? So many of us will be having those kind of experiences at the moment. What is happening? So one of the things that is happening is that we are purging a lot. So some of the disturbing dreams that we may be having is that we're purging. So some of it is past life, so things that we haven't been able to resolve in past life. Some of our karma is being purged. Any vows or curses that we've made, anything that we're carrying from the ancestral wounding and trauma, or any of the inner conflicts that we're having. that is being purged at the moment. So some of your dreams may be related to what is actually being released through you. Let it be. You may find that if something is repetitive, you may need to take action outside of your dream state. So maybe receive some healing, get some additional insights, or do the necessary mental, emotional work that you need to do to kind of allow that to kind of move through. And grounding is really great for helping to kind of help clear those energies through you. There's another part of this is that for some of us, our guides are coming into our dream state and helping us to kind of activate us, to upgrade us, because we haven't got the time and space to do that in our waking states. So what you might find is that you're waking up from dreams where you were speaking or receiving something in a language that you don't even understand, or you wake up feeling these various different physical sensations in your body, or you might have, it's almost like your brain doesn't switch off, or you feel like you're asleep but you don't feel like you're sleeping, and then you wake up and you feel like you've been awake all this time but actually you've been asleep. So there's there's so much activity is active your dreams at the moment. So all of these are kind of linked to activating dormant parts of ourselves, activating memories from past lives that are going to be valuable in times to come. For some of us, it's activating technologies that we're yet to kind of use, and also expanding our psychic senses and awareness. And then from some of you, you may be having premonitions. So you may be seeing stuff that is yet to come for yourself, for relatives, for certain situations. And the way that you'll know this is sometimes it may come across as a deja vu, or you will just instantly wake up. You'll have a really weird feeling about that you need to do something, and you'll have to take an action on that as well. So it is very, very, very wild at the moment. So make sure that you are grounding, keep going inwards, don't stop doing the inner work or the human work, and keep integrating all these amazing, powerful, exciting energies into your human body. Your body is the key here, and there's just so much that is going to be happening in such a short period of time. So like I've said, come inwards is going to be your anchor and stabilizer at this time. So thank you so much for watching these insights, and thank you so much for being here. If you have enjoyed them, as always, please feel free to share them with your loved ones, your families, your co-workers. Comment below, leave us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you have subscribed. All of this, as I mentioned earlier, it helps me to grow this channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you for doing this. And then if you're looking for extra support, as I mentioned before, we've got the energetic alignment session, which is our group healing journeys, and that's taking place on Sunday the 23rd of February at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. European time. And the theme is the balance, feminine and masculine. And yeah, so that is all for this month. There's a lot that is going on. Thank you so much once again for watching this, and I will see you very soon, in a couple of weeks, but it will feel like tomorrow. All right, take care and have a good month. Bye for now.